And so, it will be glorious. Hello, and welcome. My name is Enviroboy. Except that it's not. That's a self-given moniker, and I don't claim it as a name so much as like a character of some sort. My name is Scott, and you're welcome to call me that. It is a delightful Saturday at some point whenever this releases. It's Saturday, just barely o'clock. And I have no idea what day it is when you're watching this, but it is time for us to play Potion Craft, as is my want. I want to play Potion Craft. We're continuing our quest to craft potions in the most dominating and domineering of ways, with only one left to create the final, most complicated of salts, and then from there we can largely just go about trying to become famous and all of that. We're at level 13. We need to eventually reach 15, but we also need to finish the cephalophores salt here. It's the tastiest of salt. It's from the MSG family, and it makes things have a wonderful, savory, magical umami to them. And so that's what we're targeting, because we want to beat this game and play other games. Start with a bigifying potion, and we'll go from there. We need the potion of bibigify, and continue brewing from there. And then we can continue with what we need. What's next? It's the anti-magic. What is that? That's anti-frost. That's not helpful to us. Anti-magic is way the crap up here, and we have to really just go flying all the way across the gosh darn map, as the game wants for more excitement and thrills. It will encourage us to wander as though Bilbo himself organized this fun afternoon jaunt. We'll continue on, and it'll probably end up being kind of a neat little thing. We can take like 2 of these and get over, and then we'll just kind of hop our way across, and we'll just continue going. That's all there is to it. If we do that, if we do that, go there, get to that point, and then ice wizardly our way across. Goes in and move along like some slightly paranormal magician, creating things that the gods themselves might warn us against making, for fears that we might fly too close in a wanton, ill-advised recreation of the tale of Icarus. We create the magics, combining effects without much regard beyond just what some weird piece of paper would tell us to do, and it seems probably like it's a little irresponsible to do that, but also we've got a gosh darn mission to accomplish here, and there's nothing gonna get in our way of becoming a god of the potions. So we continue on, forging ahead, becoming that which cannot be stopped, which is to say, becoming the most popular and well-liked guy in town. Everyone knows you get away with stuff if people like you. That's the whole point. And there are 2 ways to make people like you. One of them is to be a nice, good person, and the other one is to just have so much money that everyone becomes a sycophant. And we're going to try and accomplish both of these, because we've largely been focusing on making good guy potions, the kind of potions that Lex Luthor would look at and say, that's not strong enough, why would I bother with that? But also, doing so is, as it turns out, rather profitable, so we can just keep earning the money as we do that. So it's like being both evil and not evil all at once. Evil in goal, but not evil in action, which perhaps is the most evil of all. It proves that we are more conniving and plotting than even most supervillains, because most supervillains are narcissistic enough that they just don't even have the wherewithal to think like, wow, maybe being nice would be a beneficial thing. like most people probably would let me be a horrible person if, you know, if I kind of, you know, took the efforts to not be like the world's biggest monster while doing the things that I wanted to do. But that's not what most of them do. So we find ourselves in, you know, in worlds where like the most powerful are also the worst people on Earth, and everyone's like, well, you gotta crack a few eggs to make the world's most expensive omelet or something along those lines. And to which I say, but perhaps a bowl of cereal is a perfectly acceptable breakfast. Maybe we don't need to be cracking anything at all. The emotional vegetarians of the world don't see the need to gobble down the meats of the crab-clawed human soul that they crush to find the meaty, juicy, delicious softness to fuel their own goals and ill thought out desires. And I'm gonna be honest, I've lost track of the metaphor or even what the point of it was a long time ago. I have no idea what on earth I was talking about. That's just the nature of babbling for the sake of a video, I suppose. And we add the magic. We finally get that part, the anti-magic, and now we gotta go to powers of Make'em Small'ems, which is down here. But, you know, which makes sense. It should be kind of the opposite of where the Make'em Big'ems section was. It sounds like a name of some sort of Stephen King book character. Captain Make'em Big'ems, the most horrible men of all, the man who is so supernaturally evil that he finds ways to magic his way into having the best luck on Earth, but only until the hero needs their triumph, at which point in time he will, you know, return to the concept of Icarus and reach too far and find himself burned and spurned by the very goals he himself set out, and no one asked him to do the stuff that he does. He just does it because he is, again, the most evil of people. That's exactly the type of character that this rant is, you know, returning its focus to. Again, to what end, I'll be honest, I'm not perfectly sure. I don't know what I'm talking about or why I'm talking about this. I suppose the reason I'm talking about it is because the world surrounding us is so full of exactly the type of weird knucklehead that would absolutely sell their own baby for the sake of having better market shares, because they, for some reason, believe in the weird falsity of the idea of infinite profit and infinite growth. They don't see the fact that the very nature of the world doesn't allow for that. All you gotta do is look at, like, one crocodile, man, and, like, if you understand even basic biology, you know that it's like, oh, well, it won't go that way forever. So there's no point in trying to make it go that way forever, because also after a certain point, what's even to gain? Once you have enough money, the more money doesn't really do anything. It's like, I mean, honestly, people are so easy to buy that after a certain point, you're not even buying anyone more or any more thoroughly or anything like that. You're just being a jerk and selfish for the amusement of it, which is weird and twisted. And it's like, wouldn't you rather just, like, go on vacation or read a book or something? I mean, my God. Anyway, the music is swelling around us, and I'm feeling a triumphant air about myself as we continue to make this potion for reasons of unclear finality, but, you know, it's what we're supposed to do, and we'll eventually find out and see what this potion is all about. It's hard to know what it would be all about, you know, until you've made it, because the game, you know, like, it has so little mystery about it after a certain point, because it's kind of the same repeated gameplay loop that they gotta keep something, you know, under wraps, otherwise everyone's gonna be like, yeah, I get the gist of it, I don't need to keep doing this anymore. We'll call it good, and then that's, like, kind of bad for retention of players and stuff, which may not matter as much for a game like this, considering, you know, it's not like some MMO where they're trying to convince you to shell out all your cash for the sake of, you know, some weird, like, costume that is supposed to be something that we care about, and we don't know why, but our FOMO insists upon us following through with exactly that, desire of the creators. A game that doesn't have that, it's like, man, they got to find some other way to convince us to continue to play, and so that's, why we end up in these situations with, like, a random thing. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it because I can't for the life of me go through it without knowing. And if I just look it up, everyone's going to know I'm a fraud. And even if other people didn't know I was a fraud, I'd know I was a fraud, and I don't want to live that way. Who wants to live that way? No one wants to know that about themselves. That's why we lie to ourselves and make up our own task lists of importance and meaning, so that way we can find some way always in our hearts to press on and care about whatever it is we're pretending to care about. It is the way of things. It's the way of life as we go and rejuvenate our spirits, just as we add the rejuvenation powder of Olympius into this potion. And that's all there is to it. It's all we must do. It's all we can do. And it's all end story. We finish the potion. We finish it, and we take one step closer to glory. As the Armstrongian mindset of stepping into the unknown, first man to do so, or at least first man within this particular fictional world of what we're doing. No, wait, no, not that one. Good Lord, it's this one. Oh my God, I almost ruined it. It was almost a nightmare. But we have it already, and we'll make the salts, and we step into not the realm of the powerful or the realm of the important, but the realm of the gods. As the salt of philosophizing moves potion towards the nearest effect. It's beautiful. It's beautiful and meaningful, and it's something that we don't really need at this point in time, because we kind of have everything all figured out. Who even cares about this, man? What even benefit is this? It's all just an act. I am the philosopher. I am the salt maker, the stone owner. I can do all that I want. Everything is mine. The world is at my fingertips, and I can do what I please with it. None can stop me. We'll do wanton random things. We'll just increase the number of visitors. Why not? We'll just get more popular sooner, but it doesn't matter. It's a foregone conclusion. Who could stop me? Who could be more popular than the man who's made the salts? The salts of the tears of the gods. It's the tears of Socrates and Freud, all merged into one to create the most potioning of delicious seasonings for the chicken breast of success. Get out of here, man. Whatever you need, man. To beat the monsters, the path. We'll get okay. We just need to scare them off. Perhaps if you explode them. Look at that. Look at, there's one thing left, man. Who cares? Just do whatever you want. Will the stinks? Nope, the stink won't do it. If we want to make them afeared, well, if it's fear that you want, it's fear that you shall have. And we'll give that to you. Show me your goods, man. I've got all the money in the world at this point, because who's gonna try and stop me from making a profit and making a living? I am the most beloved, and I will be even more beloved soon. Soon. It'll happen, man. It's gonna happen. You can't stop it from happening. No one can stop it. It is the end. It doesn't matter. I could have gotten a better deal, but I don't even care, because I'm just so distracted and drunk on my own power here. A deep breath. A return to sanity after the explosive expostulation of excitement. And so I will contain myself. We have had a success, and a success is great. We all love success. Everybody loves success. That's why we aim for it. Nobody hates success. They say suffering from success, but that's not really a thing, because after a while, that really just applies to people who have had success but can't recognize it for what it is. It's like, I've become too powerful, I've become too successful. No, it means you've lost the plot of what the point of life even is. What do you want, Sir Scarred Old Man? Need a dangerous potion can use to coach a weapon. Why not fire? We can sell fire. We'll try to get money so that way we can make sure we always have enough supplies. Always have enough supplies to continue to make ourselves popular. What do you want? Shamans and my staff. I need a potion that can restore their power. Well, how about a delicious potion of mana? It tastes like blueberries and power. It's the two most delicious flavors known to man. Unless, of course, you're more of like a strawberry man, or if you're more of a fan of the wacky fruits like pomegranate or mangoes. But if you're a blueberry lover, then it's the most delicious potion. Alchemists have a problem incredibly clumsy. Yeah, I suppose I probably do. Can give you that potion if you give me money. As all transactions are wont to transpire, I will give you the goods if you give me the good money. Hello, buxom demon lady. Are you a demon? Yes, I'm a succubus. We succubi are demons of lust and debauchery and things like that. Lust, debauchery, and, the focus of many an anime or manga or, the other one. At any rate, I found a place for myself in this world as well as a calling. I opened an entertainment establishment that became the best in town and maybe the entire kingdom. Alright, well, what do you want? It's Madame Twerks. Yes, I do remember you, Madame Twerks. You have invented an entirely new form of dancing. It's a subsidiary of crumping, which was popular sometime in the 1400s among the Victorian lasses and lads. So if you've gotten past the issue of my appearance, I don't know if I have gotten past it, but I am a decent enough actor that we can just, allow things to progress forward for the sake of conversation. What do you need? Size of whatever you need. Oh, I think I understand entirely what you're discussing. And you're a horrible person. You're a disgusting, vile creature who's strayed from God. And that's how dare you. What are we shy on? It's the salt. Can I make more of the moon salt is the question now. I can create one substance. We might as well do that and level up and make ourselves be able to see more people again, so we can do more stuff. Wait, hold on, I need to brew more potion. I got distracted. If we go back to our bigifying potion, we can make ourselves a handful of them and be ready to use them for whatever nefarious or sexarious purposes you can imagine. It's a living and an honest one, and one that, is just, it's the oldest profession in the world, so they say, although I might suggest that being some sort of hunter or assassin might be the oldest profession in the world, if you consider things like pack animals that would have probably been hunting and killing for survival long before they thought of the concept of, just like creating some sort of financial incentive for mating and stuff like that. It usually stems from being the guy who's hunting. But then at the same time, it makes one wonder, which came first, the hunting or the mating? A question as old as time. Need a potion that will help me wield my weapon better during battle. Well, if you're using innuendos, perhaps that's what you're looking for. But it would appear that you're being sincere. So instead, we'll hand you one of these. And we'll see if that works for you. We can hear the sounds outside of my home of the grounds crews doing all kinds of wacky things, and it's quite possible that the microphone will pick some of it up, even through closed windows. It's wild and a little upsetting that such massive amounts of noise could be made, but also I suppose they did warn us of this, and and as the ground rumbles from the intense sounds of a crazy amount of leaf blowing, whatever's happening around here. They said they were just cleaning the parking lots, but I'm gonna be honest, my God, this is getting a little insane, man. They're just creating all kinds of noise and stuff like it were Like, I don't know that I do want anything. I've got so much stuff. We'll just end dialogue. I'm not even going to sell you stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, we don't really have much purpose. What do you reason for doing that? Things be going wrong. Well, how about some luck? I don't even need to hear the rest of your thing. I'll just tell you, shut up, I've got what you need. I can see and I understand what you need better than you do. I am the most powerful. I am the philosopher. I have the psychological skills to convince you of what you need. Fingers are too long. Well, some people would be happy for something like that, but I suppose it's your finger and you can do with them as you please. But this is actually probably a better way too, because I suppose many people might see the solution just to cut them off, and that would be bad. It would be really disgusting, and then you'd need an entirely different potion, although that potion would be cheaper. At any rate, chance springs, whereas then we'll be as agile as a monkey. The potion of monkey climbing, but only when applied to a ring. A ring of monkification. But even that is kind of a confusing way to phrase it, because does that mean you turn into a monkey, or just a guy who sits and thinks about stuff and shares platitudes with those who come by looking for understanding in this world? None can know. My God, it's getting so loud out there. I can't believe my microphone's not picking it up. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of impressed with my own abilities to organize my sound stuff if it just doesn't, like, if it's deadening that noise well enough. Like, wait, hold on, listen, you'll hear nothing for a second. Oh, never mind, nope, I was wrong, there it is. There it is, my own hubris led me to looking like the fool I am. One might consider it valuable to pause at this point in time. But one might also not understand exactly how long this is going to happen. We'll pause and see if we can take a peek at what the heck is going on. Time has passed for me, though not for thee, as the horrible leaf blower monsters of lands long beyond our reach have finished their wretched noises as I crack an iced tea and sit here and try to remember what the crap I was doing. The tea is delicious and caffeinated, as is essential for everything. I hate flying monsters. I hate them. They're rough and coarse and they get everywhere. I need a potion that will help me reach them. It seems like you would want a potion to get away from them, but I suppose if you're facing your fears head on, then just flying right into the gaping maws of the flying dragons is, I guess that's an approach one can take. It seems a little reckless and insane, but what are knights if not reckless and insane? Cattle in our village are sick. One neighbor already lost a goat and another a sheep. Those aren't cattle. How my cow has fallen ill. Help me, beloved bovine, feel better. The beloved, okay, I guess that's not it. Mageberry is one of my favorite. Add at least a little to the potion. Okay, well, if we need the Mageberry, then we can just come from here, continue brewing from here, and then where's the... I don't know what the Mageberry is. Is there a way to search for it? Of course there isn't. Dryad saddle plagues. Look and we look, we try to find the Mageberry. Mushroom grave truffle. Poop shrooms. The poop shrooms are delicious, but not what we need right now. Cold leaf dream beet. Tangleweed, frankenberry, booberry, sulfur, water bloom, fire root, the flame sickles, and the water caps. I don't even remember Mageberry. And finish the potion. So then we go over to this lady. Where are you? Okay, you want your Mageberry potion. There's your Mageberry Delight. It tastes like unnecessary. I don't know why you want that, considering this is going to your cow. Perhaps she's hoping that some of the flavors will transfer to the milk that she will gain from said cow. No one knows what goes on in the mind of a peasant woman beyond her. Her desires are an enigma, and her needs are far beyond the comprehension of a simple mortal man who doesn't pay attention because he's just kind of a prick. I need a potion that will protect my skin from fire. Potion needs to be weak, don't ask why. He likes a little bit of burning, but not a lot of burning. That's an important thing to keep in mind when handling stuff for the people that are of strange predilections and have their own little desires that might disturb most people, but, you know, as the kids say these days, don't yuck my yum. And so if he wants a little burning sensation without the death that sometimes comes from it, then who am I to judge? I don't judge. I simply make business transactions. So it may go a little close to the boneyard of potion despair, but frankly, it's kind of whatever. It's not really out much if we lose that one. It's fine. See, it all worked out. Trust, believe, and have success. We mush the weeds and go. And then we find ourselves again facing the boneyards of what the crap is going on with this map. Find the one, we find the Scoopy potion of dodge the bones, land ourselves right where we need to be, and scoop up some experience points, even though at this point in time it's largely superfluous to do so. We don't really need those. They're just kind of there to make us, you know, feel like we're still gaining something through the tedium that is needlessly trying to get a perfect completion score. There you go, you weirdo. There's your weak potion for a weak-spirited soul. Why don't you learn to drink a strong potion? Who cares if it's bitter? Just, you know, throw it back like tequila or something. Anyway, we'll haggle. Don't think that just because it's weak, I'm not going to try to rake you over the coals. You can take it. It's a potion of fire protection. There you go. Get out of here. How are you doing? Need some mycelia? By the way, what kind of potion do you need? I just need some new. The work is very intricate. I need to be very deft to plant everything. Help me with a little potion. Everyone wants the potion of cat paw. It's weird that that's the one that's super popular right now. Do we have shadow? I'm pretty sure we have that one. Phantom skirts, sulfur shelf, poop shrooms, kraken. I'm pretty sure we have all of these, so I'm just gonna send her away. You go out. You get out of here. You're weirding me out, you old hag. Perhaps that was rude of me. Frankly, I don't care. At any rate, we'll go ahead and get ourselves to a new day, a new harvest of crap. Takes forever, and honestly, at this point in time, one might ask, do you even need it, man? You've got so much stuff. It's all rotting in your weird cellar down there underground because this is medieval times. It's not like I have a refrigerator or a cooler or anything. How glorious and effective it would have been for the people of old if they could have a big walk-in cooler. You know, the kind that's like at a restaurant, and you walk in there on a hot day after working the fry grill all day, like SpongeBob without the love or the passion for it, because in reality it doesn't matter how much a cartoon sponge giggles. A job is a job, and most of us would rather just be at home sleeping. But you've been working all day, and then you walk into the cooler and you think, man, oh man, is this wonderful. If only I could simultaneously wash my pits while in here, and then everything would feel refreshed and I'd be as happy as can be. Peach tea is a delight. Show me, what kind of potion do you need? How do I smell? Anyway, so you want perfume? I don't even need to keep going. It seems like you want a potion of perfume, which is fine. Like, you're allowed to want that. You don't need to be embarrassed about it. I do need to brew them, though. Brew some potions of perfume, and there you go. You can have that. Show me your goods. You don't really have anything that's, like, functional, do you? No, your stuff is mostly just there for display purposes, and I don't know to what end we can collect most of this stuff, but I didn't start playing this game for an Animal Crossing Sims-esque house decorator. It's inefficient for that. You need a sticky potion. I've got a lot of gross jokes I can make about that, but I'm not gonna do that because this is pretending. Oh wait, hold on. One type of ingredient. You demanding son of a gun. You're so gosh darn needy. How would I even do that? It's such a weird specific request. Where even is the glue? It's down there. How am I supposed to do this? You're a monster for requiring this. I'm tempted to just not even bother and send you away and just accept whatever penalties that may come from making that decision, because my god, man, like, what a strangely specific thing. And I have to burn these now. I'm gonna, because, like, you know, it's like, what else would I do? There's no other option. I just have to keep skipping and hopping, and we'll have to spin and go back and figure it all out. It's insane. You're a difficult man. You know that? You're a very, very difficult man. Where even is the glue? It's way down there. It's way down there, man. Golly. It's just insane how far we have to go for this. We'll just keep going for a little bit. Let's get ourselves to hop down there, and now we can get back to continuing on our little adventures here. We're gonna have to use salts for this too, although I think it at least can do us the favor of not penalizing us for using salts. Because it's not our fault, after all, that this little weirdo wants just one ingredient. Get in the thing. Just hammer it down, man. Alright, we have to spin. We must spin. Hold on, which one is we want to spin in this direction. Not that direction, we want this direction. Spin it that way, there we go, and we'll just get ourselves going. We'll probably have to do that again. And get ourselves down there. Go back up to the ingredients and do the same thing. Just do this, and then we'll have to hop our way down. This might be a chance for us to use our new one that will bring us to the closest thing, which is, you know, helpful in and of itself. But for now, we moon salt our way over and stir it up and then go, and then we need to go down. Down and down and down again. And we go down. And then we'll probably just go down one more time if we just do that and hop there, and then we grab this one and do this, and then we can probably just use the salt to get ourselves closer and see what that does for us. For once, we can finally use the salt of the gods as we... Whoops, I should probably actually get myself over here. And there we go, and now we can do it. Let's just do it until we get in there. There you go. There's your potion, you weird freakazoid. And you wanted the specific thing. Where's the gluing potion that we have just made? It's this one. There you go. You needy son of a gun. You weird mustachioed, picky boy that needs such specifics as to make every mother blush at how embarrassing her child is. Sell that, take your goods, get out of here. Get out of here, just go on and get, and from there I'll notice that it is time for me to say thank you for joining. I do love and appreciate every single one of you that sits here and watches me pontificate about absolutely nothing while making weird potions. We have accomplished much this episode, but we are not quite finished, as we have a few more layers of popularity to construct for ourselves. But we will accomplish this. But it will have to be in a future episode, as it's time for me to go do chores and stuff. I do have a life outside of this. And that's the advice. Don't lose your life to just one thing, whether it's a good or bad thing. You want variety, it's healthy, and probably for the best. So there you go. That's the loving advice I have for you, and you can take that and celebrate it. Or not. It's your choice. Like, subscribe, and comment how much you hate my advice. Love you, and goodbye. Or not goodbye. Perhaps you'll sit here and hang out with me while I continue to make these weird, nonsensical expostulations with my voice boxes. Watch the time slowly tick away for there to be some significant moments with little ending screens and stuff. You know, if that's your thing that you're into.